how this no-fault system keeps evolving, and at every stage we're presented with new challenges.
I feel like it's deteriorating more than it's evolving.
Well, you know, it's funny because we weren't around, you know, in business when they came up with the system, and I think, you know, in looking back, the goal was to eliminate lawsuits and to help people who've been injured from auto accidents, provide these benefits, help them get well, so that they can move on with their lives and not litigate. You know, so they set the standard at, you know, what is considered a serious injury, what qualifies you for compensation for pain and suffering. But somewhere along the way, it's got away from itself, and I think it's working against itself now. What do you think about this whole independent medical exam system?
Well, the problem is that these insurance companies are spending millions and millions of dollars not to pay for medical coverage for people who are injured in accidents. And the laws are designed, in fact, in New York, it's a law. You have to have bodily injury on a policy. So when you go and buy an insurance policy, you have to have coverage so that if anybody gets hurt in your vehicle or by your vehicle, they're entitled to medical coverage through your insurance policy. And these insurance companies are taking millions of dollars from us to ensure that they're going to pay, and then they spend millions of dollars not to pay by making an injured person go through one of their independent medical exams.
Well, I think ultimately, you got to remember, and I've said this a million times, that an insurance company is a business.
Absolutely.
They want to make money. They want to save money. They don't want to make sure, in my opinion, that everybody gets exactly what they're entitled to. I just think that the nature of the beast is to save money.
Absolutely. They care much more about saving money than they care about spending money.
And I would say the biggest problem that we deal with on a daily basis involves these independent medical exams. They're called independent medical exams. I call them insurance medical exams.
Sure. These doctors are paid by the insurance companies.
And many of these doctors don't have strong practices. Some do. But then again, if you have a strong practice, why do you need the business from the insurance company? I don't know that it's that profitable. Have you ever done independent medical exams?
I've done them a few times. I've done them many years ago, and I was offered the opportunity to do them. They paid very well. They paid much more than what what they would pay for an injured person to come to my office for an exam.
Which is?
$180 or something for an exam. And now they probably pay about $250, maybe, depending on different specialists.
But now somebody who's been involved in an accident who comes to you for treatment, what does the insurance company pay for you to treat them?
Pretty much nothing. The sick thing is about this whole system is that the doctor fees are mandated by a fee schedule,
right,
and which you know, and those fees haven't changed in 14 to 15 years. Do you know what your insurance rates have done in 14 or 15 years? It's so anti-consumer.
Yeah, how can you chiropractors stand by and allow that to happen?
It's not just the chiropractors. It's all the hospitals, orthopedists, all medical doctors, physical therapists. Our fees have remained the same in 14 years, and the insurance rates keep going up. Not only does it aggravate me as a healthcare provider to these people,
right,
but it aggravates me as a consumer. My insurance rates go up exponentially year after year,
right,
and as a provider of these people, my rates haven't changed.
You're still getting paid $33.
$33 after
visit.
15 years, yes.
And you could spend how much time with a patient?
First examination, they're in my office over an hour, well over an hour, between the paperwork, the extensive paperwork that's required by these insurance companies,
okay,
and then examinations, x-rays, you know, and there's also complicating histories. It's not just taking care of the patient with their accidents. People come with a history, with a health history, that it's really important to find out to see if there's any other complications.
What percentage of the IMEs would you say result in a denial?
99%.
That high?
Absolutely 99%. And we obtain copies of those reports. we see that they're boilerplate, that some of the information is fabricated. They state that the patient's undressed when they were really never undressed. They say that they perform a full history examination. Those doctors are supposed to do.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you a couple of stories. I had one client call me. She had to attend a chiropractic examination for an insurance company. A client called me complaining that the doctor was in a rush and asked our client and 2 other unknown patients to line up side to side. Everybody do this. Everybody touch your toes. Everybody touch your nose. And
I'm not surprised.
And took notes. And the whole thing was over. I've had clients complain that it took a minute or 2. It was a ridiculous examination. What we started doing is giving our clients kind of like a questionnaire.
We do that also.
You have to, for their own protection.
It helps later on when you're
They take it, they fill it out afterwards, and it asks questions about the examination itself, so that when that report comes in, we can compare it to what actually happened.